My inventory is such a mess. I have a fish in my pockets too. I found a big fish the other day and I caught it. And I thought, put it anywhere.
You've just got fish in your pockets.
Yeah, literally just the big salmon. It's like the biggest fish, Beardstone. You should see it. It's like a fast one too. That's why I picked it up. Like it wasn't just a big one. It was a fast big one.
Oh my, that is massive!
I know.
Where in the world did you find that?
It's like nearly 3 blocks big.
How does a salmon get that big?
I just seen it in a jeez.
Maybe this salmon's been eating the axolotls instead of the other way around.
Yeah. Been eating something. You know, we haven't seen Daphne for a while. Maybe the fish ate Daphne.
Maybe. That's a possibility. Were there any other salmon around the salmon when you caught it?
No, he's on his own.
Oh, strange that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
cannibal salmon.
Yeah, eating his entire family. Hello and welcome back to another episode of Truly Bedrock with me, Mr. Beardstone. Last episode we built up this massive apartment block building type thing, and then we made a villager breeder with the intention of course, filling this with villagers. And that's exactly what we did. Kinda. We've still got a couple of empty floors. But so far I have managed to get myself a floor of stonemasons as well as the zombifier, but we'll come back to that in just a moment. And we've got a floor with farmers so that we can get golden carrots, of course. They are optimal food. And on the next floor down we have our fishermen, and these are here purely so we can sell string to them, although for some reason, doesn't matter how many times I zombify things, I cannot get a better price than 10 string per emerald. I could have sworn that you could get these things down to 1, but apparently it's just not doing it for me. So at the moment on each floor I do have a little bit of basic decoration going on. We've just got some ice and some fish, we've got chests for storing things in when we actually trade with them, because we will probably end up actually selling the fish to them as well, because once we've got a squid farm we're probably going to end up with absolutely loads of them. But in the meantime we can still sell them string. But the best deal for us at the moment of course is with the clay. So I have actually just been trading with them loads, so they've gone back up again, but as long as I don't trade with them until the next day, which is probably not going to be too far away, they'll all go directly back down to 1 again, and we can keep exchanging 1 clay for 1 emerald, which is amazing. So I have been doing some trading with them. We've managed to get ourselves a bunch of emerald blocks which we can obviously use for the other villagers, but most importantly we can use those emeralds for basically just training up some new villagers and getting them, well, getting the trades we want and so on, because we do still have 2 floors here where we can put them. Most importantly, however, we have the quad zombifier. So this is pretty much exactly what I saw on a Silent Whisper video, although I couldn't get it to work with a slab. I did have to use a trapdoor there. But it's a very simple system. I can just lift that up, the zombie pops up and zombifies all the villagers, and when I flick it back down, they all get shot with an arrow of harming. I can feed my Daves with an apple, just like that, and then they cure, and once again I can then just lift that up and they'll get zombified again, and so on and so on. So far that does affect all 3 floors of the trading hall. I don't know if it's going to affect the 2 floors below, but if it doesn't, then all that means is that I'd need to move this to the 3rd floor, which will be the middle of all of the floors that will actually have villagers on them. Once again, we've got a bit of basic decoration here on the stonemason's floor. It's, you know, it's just something to fill the space for now. I don't really know what I want to do. I kind of didn't really want to have big piles of stones and rocks and things up on this floor because, well, it's, you know, the 5th floor of a skyscraper. You don't really want to have stones and rocks up here now, do you? The farmers are here as well, and of course to unlock these and get to the golden carrots I have to do lots and lots of trading of other things. And we do have one dude that sells glistering melons. I figured it was, you know, worth keeping one of them, I suppose. But we've got lots of pies, cakes, food, and other bits and bobs, and of course we've started getting some golden carrots too. So with all those items we're getting from the villagers upstairs, I do want to store the excess, and I think having a shop down here will be a good way to do it. And by shop I mean kind of looks like a shop, but doesn't actually sell anything, like the rest of this ghost town. First thing I'm going to do, however, is quickly go to bed, because most of my buildings don't have front doors, because they just don't really work with the look and feel of the place. So yeah, for now, we will definitely have to make sure it's daytime as much as possible. Hey sheeps, how you doing? As I've spent so much time playing with villagers between episodes, I haven't actually managed to get round to doing the interior decorating on this shop either. This is going to be a bookshop, and I did actually have a wonderful suggestion in the comments by Shepherd Tamer, who has basically suggested maybe we have have it more of a sort of comic book style shop, which might fit a bit better with the theme, but mainly so we can use some tiny armor stands as Funko Pops, and I think that's going to work really well. It could, however, add a lot to the frames in this area, and I am trying to be very, very cautious and careful of that because, well, we had the problems with the glow signs already, we do have paintings going up and so on, and although I do want to make all the interiors around here look lovely, I don't want to completely kill the frame rate. I don't want it to be a slideshow, so we're going to have to try and find a nice balance. With that being said, I have had to adjust the Hall of Patrons, and by adjust I mean I've had to basically just tear everything down, and currently it is living in these boxes. Now, it's not gone forever, I am going to be reviving this, but we're going to do it somewhere else, somewhere where it's not in the middle of my city, because the amount of frames and statues and everything we had in here, it was just completely tanking the frames and wasn't helping the situation around here at all. So this is probably something we'll do on stream. We're going to find a new location for it. We might have like a Cave of Wonders type thing somewhere. It's not going to be too far from here, but I do want it to be somewhere that's not constantly loaded. So that's not something we'll be dealing with today, but I did want to update you on that situation. And I think the main thing we're going to be doing is probably getting the rest of the villagers in here, and of course doing some decoration down here and trying to get this place looking good, getting all this ripped out and so on. I do have other plans for this episode as well. I'm starting to get into a dire need for black dye, so hopefully later on we're going to be meeting up with Tiz and building our Squid Farm. For now though, I guess it's back down to go mess with some more villagers because we've got 2 more floors there that we do wish to fill up. And I know that on one of those floors, I think I want some clerics, because we've also got quite a lot of zombie flesh coming in, and nothing to do with it, so we might as well convert that into emeralds as well. The sound of a room full of happy villagers. It's been driving me crazy for hours, but we've finally got what we needed, and that is an entire floor of clerics, and they are selling, well, buying, I should say, rotten flesh at a bargain price. Because, well, there may or may not have been a slight incident that happened when I wasn't recording with a zombie and some... Okay, let's put it this way. They all got directly infected, let's say. And as a result, they're currently selling things a little bit cheaper than they will once the system settles down again. But that's absolutely fine. And in fact, it worked so well, we actually ended up doing the same thing on purpose on the floor downstairs. So down here we have a much more interesting bunch of people, and these are, of course, our librarians. Now, the primary purpose for these is, of course, to buy glass, obviously. I mean, they're librarians. Why would you not buy glass from librarians? But basically, each one of these does have a glass trade. But not only that, I figured if I was getting them with glass trades, I might as well re-roll them until I got them with decent books as well. So I don't even want to go into how long this took me. It was a long time. And a lot of emeralds, of course. But now we have 9 librarians that are selling us glass, and as you can see, we are getting lots and lots of glass from it, and that's not even all of it. We've already taken out probably a chest or so to, well, prepare for another build. But we might get to that later. But we've managed to get looting, protection 4, feather falling 4, mending, efficiency 5 as well, and currently he's selling efficiency 5 books for 1 emerald, which is absolutely amazing. I mean, it's a shame I don't actually need any books, but the fact that they're here when I do need any is absolutely marvellous. And of course, to level them up, we did have to buy lots of books, so we have boxes and boxes of books up here as well. Most of them good, some of them not so much. But I'm very pleased with how this floor looks. It looks kind of like a library, but kind of also like somewhere where villagers might be trapped forever, but that's absolutely fine. And then, of course, as I say, we did get the cleric's room sorted as well, added a few details, and there's been a lot of cats. And they all seem to spawn on this floor, which is why there may or may not be a couple of cat heads around. As expected, however, the bottom floor did not get zombified by these zombies when they were on the top floor, so these have now joined the fishermen down on floor 3. And then further up, we've basically got a bit of space in here from where I have had to remove things to drop the zombies down and the villagers down to get the pod moved. And look at that, I ended up putting loads of stone up here on the 5th floor of a skyscraper. Oh dear. But now that we have all the villagers in situ upstairs, there's 45 of them, we should have pretty much everything we need. We can sell paper to the librarians, we can sell clay to the other ones, we can sell string and zombie flesh and all sorts. So we can make lots and lots of emeralds and use them to buy lots and lots of things. But as stated previously, we do already have lots and lots of things, such as the cakes, the cookies, and everything else we've been collecting from the farmers up there while we've been trying to get to the golden carrots. And with those, I want to make a shop down here. So this is going to be a bit like a sort of a corner shop, essentially. Like a newsagent type thing. At least that's the look we're going to be trying to go for. I've never really built something like that in Minecraft, so I don't know how it's going to pan out. I normally just do medieval style, as you are fully aware, and that means it's usually wooden barrels, wooden crates, and so on. And I don't think we're going to be able to vary it too much from that down here, but we'll see what we can do. I see you. I'm not letting you in. And then, of course, next door we do want to put in a bookshop or comic book shop or something along those lines as well. But first off, we are going to focus on this room here. So I'm going to go have a rummage around in my storage, see what I can find, and see if I can come up with a plan of action for this bit. Yeah, not too sure what to do at the moment. We'll see what we can come up with. So we're starting to make some progress over here. I think I've got the kind of look and feel that I want to have over here, but I just need to make sure that I'm getting all the right elements in. So I'm going to grab myself a couple more of these white shulkers, get those down, but there should be enough boxes here to be able to store a little bit of everything that we've been collecting upstairs. So I think, how many more different things have we got? We've got cookies, the pumpkin pies, we've of course got bread and apples as well. And to be honest, they're not going to be used too much, so I might actually put those behind the counter. And we've got a couple more boxes up there if we need them as well. But I have no idea what we're going to put in these yet, so we will just have to see what comes from upstairs. But I need to grab myself a few more bits and bobs to try and get this looking right. I don't want them there, they were just there to align the painting. And I think I've hidden the ladder well enough to make it not a sort of main feature of the shop. We don't want to encourage people to go up there because that is just the villagers. But I think this should work well. So I'm going to get the last few details sorted out, and when I pull you back in, hopefully we'll have a nice window display as well. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Haha, look at that. We've got ourselves a little window display. And I'm really pleased with how the interior of this has come out. I've made a few adjustments since the last bit, of course. We've added in some extra details. We've got a till. We've got a lovely work counter we can go behind. And of course, we've made use of the armor stands just to give the place a little bit of life without overdoing it too much. We've also added a few smaller details, such as changing out the cake stands for bars and adding in these sort of fluorescent lights in the ceiling and a little bit of foliage as well. And overall, I think this looks like a really cute little cake shop. And we've also got access to all of the foods and things that we are getting from upstairs. Although we have so many cookies, I've literally got a box with some excess in over there as well. But we're actually storing, as I say, all of the food stuffs that we get from upstairs, and I've also decided to put the XP bottles in here as well. So there's also a bit of lubrication to wash that cake down. Where am I? Why am I invisible? What the... Well, not sure what's going on there. It's saying I'm invisible, but I'm definitely not supposed to be invisible. I don't really know what's going on. I seem to just not exist anymore. A quick relog and I'm back existing. That was a little bit scary. But now we've got the cake shop all done and looking fancy. The very last part of this building that we need to work on, which has actually been something we've been working on for 2 episodes now and an entire weekend of messing about with villagers. But the last thing to put in is, of course, the bookshop / comic book shop. I have had a little play around in creative with this to try and do it as sort of a more modern comic book style shop type thing, but I couldn't really find the right blocks to use. It really wasn't working. So we're going to stick with the original plan. We're going to have a pokey old bookshop, sort of, you know, the kind of thing that you'd find down a back alley, even though it's pretty much on the main promenade here, but that's fine. We can make this work. So I'm going to get myself lots of barrels and other bits in here to design with, barrels and looms and bookshelves. Oh, in fact, bookshelves we can buy from the Librarians. That's handy. But I'm going to have a play around with the interior in here and see what we can do. So I think the first step here is going to be to replace the floor. So let's get rid of all this grass and get something else down. There we go, much better. And what I think I want to do is possibly get an enchanting table in here as well. So maybe if we put in like a mezzanine type floor, that's going to need to be 3, 4, 5 wide. Is that going to be too much? No, we can probably make that work. So let's get that pulled out. And we'll get some stairs in as well. Beautiful. Okay, so if we're going to do an enchanting table up here, we're going to need a lot of bookshelves down here. And I still haven't bought any from next door yet, so let's quickly go do that. There we go, much better. All of the bookshelves have been acquired, so we need 15 to make the enchanting table work. Okay, so them 15 are all going to be within range if we put the enchanting table there. However, we can probably add a few more bits and bobs around here just to make this look a little bit busier. Maybe get a loom in as well, because they make excellent empty shelves. Not like that, though. So we also need to make this area safe, and I think a good way of doing that is going to be to maybe use some of these trapdoors. And if we put them in the right place, it's not going to hamper any of the building space we've got upstairs either. I think we need some stronger pillars here to actually hold up the mezzanine. It looks a little bit flimsy otherwise, so maybe if we do that, and we can do the same thing here. If we do that, is that going to reduce the effectiveness of the table too much? We'll have to check that in just a moment, but I think this is going to give it a bit more support and hopefully work a little bit better. Okay, so that's only left us with 14 here, so we are going to have to jam in another one, but that should be absolutely fine to do that there. And then we just need to make this look a bit more like a, well, like a shelf, I guess. So what I'm thinking is we could probably do something like that and put a shelf in, on that top bit there. Okay, cool. So I think once we've got an enchanting table there, that little area is going to look quite nice. We could probably get a flower pot or something in as well, get a little bit of decoration around and about, but that should work a treat. So down here, I think this section here is going to work quite well as a counter. So maybe if we do something like that and have that as the flat bit that goes down. And do we have any slabs? We do. Marvellous. Okay, so that'll be the payment counter. That'll work a treat. Let's just try and get this looking a little bit nicer around here as well, shall we? Excellent. I think that'll work quite well. We'll get a few more details in here, like maybe a chair or something for behind the counter. We'll get a till in, and of course we'll get some flower pots and some more interesting things going on over on the back counter there, which, in fact, if we're going to do that, because this is Bedrock, we're going to need to swap these out for something a bit more useful. So now onto the main part of the room. I think what we're going to need to do is maybe turn that entire back wall there into like a giant bookshelf with lots of barrels for storing all of our enchanted books and so on. And then maybe we could squeeze in another shelf along this kind of area. What do we think? Oh, no, that's not how we want that. But yeah, I think that could work well. So when you come in, you've just got one great big long sort of bookshelf on this side. Could even go floor to ceiling. And then we can have another one here with lots of barrels integrated into the shelving units as well. So we've got plenty of space to store the actual books. And I think this should work really well. But I have just run out of barrels. And I'm almost out of bookshelves. So let's go get some more bits and bobs, shall we? There we go, I think that's working quite well. We do still need to grab our flower pots though, that's one thing I still haven't done, but I have got the armchair in over here as well, so I think flower pots, till, and Item frames. We're going to need some item frames. Do I have some? I do. So on the front of these barrels, I guess this is where we're going to be sort of showing off what books we've actually got in here. But I think we can also do with some hanging lights. So we're a bit sort of restricted on space here, but we could maybe get one in there. Get one there, and maybe we can have one hanging down in the corner over here as well. And we don't actually need this to light up the area because we do have lights under the floor. Hello, sir. What are you doing here? There we go. I think that's going to work quite well, actually, with those lanterns. And I've actually just remembered about something else that's in this game. And that is something I believe I can pick up here in the Concourse Mall. And yes, there they are, candles. That is exactly what we are after. How much are they? Everything in the shop is sold as stacked 1 copper block, 64 coal, or 16 lanterns. Luckily, I came prepared with copper, so we are going to take 3 stacks of those, and we're going to see how we get on with those. They might not work, I don't know. Hopefully they'll look okay, though. And I suppose it might be worth trying to dye them as well if we can. It has occurred to me that we are yet to open a shop this season, but I have been discussing it on stream, which you can catch on twitch.tv/Mr. Beardstone, and we're scheming, we're coming up with ideas and plans of what we're going to do for shops, but for now, we're just focusing on our farms. Okay, so let's try these out. If we stick a few, can we add additional candle? Can we only put 1 candle on top of a barrel? I could have sworn we could add more. Oh! Okay, yep, just a weird place to click. Okay, let's get a few of these down. Okay, let's get these lit, and yep, I have a feeling that's going to work quite nicely for us. As I say, we do want to get some of these down as well, though, so let's maybe put a blue orchid in that one. Looking good. Oh, we've got a till as well. Excellent till, definitely not just some andesite stairs. A few more flowers down as well, looking good. I think we've only got a couple of empty shelves, but these ones are ones that we'll probably have to put sort of some mob heads or mini blocks or something on, because I don't think we're going to fit anything else on because of the way I've got the trapdoors. But that's not a problem, we're just going to need to go grab some of those as well. And lastly, a cheeky little flower at the top there. Looking good. Okay, so we do still need to grab ourselves an enchanting table, and it might be worth getting a couple of paintings on the wall as well, possibly, because it does look a bit bland on that side. But the rest of it, I think, is looking pretty good. We just need to get it stocked and get a few other tiny, tiny details in. No bookshop would be complete, of course, without an area out the front where all the old second-hand books can get wet. So we're going to have an area here for that. 3 books. Outside only, just in case. So, this is where we can just dump all of our rubbish books that we had to buy, like the fire protection ones and some of the other bits of rubbish that we really don't want. But overall, I think if we just place this enchantment table, I think we're going to be done in here. And there we go with the paintings in. I think we are actually done out here now. And I'm really, really chuffed with how this has come together. I think it's going to work an absolute treat. I do, of course, still need to actually stock it and bring all the books down from upstairs, but that's something I can do in a little while. For now, however, we need to go meet Tiz. He has just messaged me, and we've got a little job we need to do. Okay, so Tiz should be just down here somewhere. Look at that beautiful house.
Oh, jeez.
That's amazing.
Hello, Beardstone.
Hey, I've been watching this gradually appear from, over in my city. I can just see, a bit of the roof from some of my rooftops. And I just keep sneaking little looks, and this place is looking amazing.
Yeah, it's so nice living so close.
It is very good. I fully approve of this close moving things. I still haven't connected up to your subway yet, but I assure you, I'm building up to my subway station.
Oh, have you seen it lately?
Yeah, I saw 1 or 2 doors.
Yeah, yeah, it's a bit of an odd tunnel.
This is quality though. Loving it. This is the World of Colour thing, isn't it? You based this on.
Yeah, the trailer thumbnail for the World of Colour update that we had years and years and years ago is the theme. Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't want to blow it up. Yeah, I mean it's looking amazing though. Just so much colour.
Yeah, I'm happy with it.
It's very Tiz.
Very weird, is that what you're trying to say?
No. Right, anyway, we should depart and should we head over to the mob farm? Because we've got some stuff we want to do today over there.
Yeah.
Well, the Barn Bros Industrial District, I should say.
I've been working on a barn over there.
It's just rendered in. That is looking amazing.
Yeah, not done yet. But
Oh, that's very cool.
Right, what's the plan today, Beardstone?
I'm looking at your barn at the moment. Oh, well, I'm thinking Squid Farm.
Yeah?
Yeah, we need a Squid Farm. We have marked out 2 Squid Farms, but I mean,
I feel like one would be enough. Right?
Yeah, I feel like that too. So I know we did 2 mob farms for the whole symmetry thing, but that's been working out a treat. You know, we've been getting fairly decent rates. Better when no one's on, of course, but we're getting stuff. But with the amount of ink and most likely probably fish we're gonna get out of this thing, 2 might be overkill.
Yeah, we could probably find something to fill the space for the other one that we've marked out anyway. Right?
Yeah. We'll come up with something eventually. Like, I don't know, a gold farm maybe.
Yeah. It'll be fine.
It's fairly straightforward, right? A squid farm.
Yeah.
So we just need to put down like a layer of dirt, and then a layer of track, and then a layer of magma. Did you bring magma? You had all the magma.
Oh, that's an empty box. Don't look at that one.
Oh dear. Okay. Oh.
There's magma in there. There's magma in here.
Amazing.
Take my empty box back.
Cool. Well, I've got a box of tinted glass purely because I figured we might as well do the edging in the same style. So we've got, the dirt and the tinted glass, tie it all in together.
Going on.
Exactly. This beautiful palette we've got going on over here. And then I've just got loads of rail and some hoppers and some grass and stuff. And I've also got lots and lots of white stained glass on me so that I can do the item feed system and drop that all into the same water tube and so on, because I don't know if you noticed, but I've already marked out somewhere for all the ink to go.
Yeah, I noticed. You're all kinds of prepared. You got iron too for the future over here?
Oh, yeah, for when iron comes. One thing I didn't prepare for was le fish.
The fish?
Yes. So I might have to convert a couple of these into collecting fish. But I've completed my villager haul now, so if ever you need emeralds or anything, we can just sell the stuff, like the excess, like the fish and the flesh and the strings and so on. I've got people you can sell it to for shinies.
I seen you lowering the trades and stuff too, right?
Oh yes.
Should be super cheap.
Yeah. There's like 5 floors of villagers, and on the 3rd floor, the middle one, there's a villager zombie fire thing. So if they're not cheap enough for you, just flick the lever, they all get zombified. Flick it again, they get shot with an arrow of weakness, and just give them an apple. And then cheap trades all over again, and it affects all 5 floors. It's wonderful. Anyway, right, enough chatter. So, if we get the grass platform in first, so if we both just stick that in, right, and then start sorting out the track and where the hoppers are going to go, I can then focus on maybe the delivery system, and you can build up the magma and the farmy bit. What do you reckon?
Sounds good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Nice. I have forgotten my redstone, however, so I'll see you in a minute. Right, anyway, should we get on with this build? I think I have everything I need now, so we'll get the platform in and then just build it up, and I mean...
You got your redstone?
Yes, I do. I had it the whole time.
Yeah?
Yep, definitely had my redstone the whole time.
Why did you just fly off then?
Yeah, anyway, so let's grab some dirt. It's fine. I didn't fly off.
No?
No, you're making stuff up.
I feel like you did. I have video footage of you flying off Beardstone.
Yeah, that might be a bit of a tell, I suppose. But yeah, I think that's gonna work well, right?
Doing good.
It's just gonna be a constant flow of stuff.
Yeah, we're not gonna know what to do with all that fish.
Sell it. To unsuspecting.
Sell it, we can eat it. We can.
Yep.
We can do things.
Whoa. Wait a sec. I do have a sushi restaurant, you know.
You do?
I do literally have a sushi restaurant. It sells steak. It's only a sushi restaurant on the downstairs. Upstairs, it's a cow farm.
It sells steak.
Well, it doesn't sell anything technically.
Oh, we got dolphins in the thing. Don't look, Beardstone. You just look right at it.
I tried to zoom in, but they disappeared as I zoomed in. I think we're done for today.
Yeah.
We're gonna have all the ink in the world. Well, actually, no. We're gonna have all the fish in the world and a bit of ink on the side, I think.
A little bit of ink.
But yeah, this should work a treat and solve our ink problems. Look, there they go. There's the squid.
Squids.
Yes,
nice.
Excellent. Oh, so much squid ink and fish. So many fish. Cool. I mean, we should probably give some thought as to what we should put over there. I mean, I don't know if anyone wants to let us know in the comments if anyone has any ideas. of what other farm we could put here that would work well for us.
I'm sure we can find something to put there.
I'm hoping so, Tiz. I'm hoping so. Cool. Well, anyway, it's been fun. I'm gonna go and eat some cakes and stuff from my
Probably
cake
gonna
shop.
AFK a bunch, right?
Yeah, I'm totally gonna AFK and do some editing. You know me well, Tiz. You know me well. So that means that I can't, just fly off in an awkward manner like I normally do. So I guess you're gonna have to do that instead this time.
Yeah, my turn.
Yeah, your turn.
Bye.
Bye. Unless you wanted to AFK here, in which case I'll go get some lunch. You'll be pleased to know I went AFK and I got lunch, so I'm well fed too. So that was a nice easy farm to build up. It's been about an hour or so, and one thing I have noticed is that not everything is getting... Oh no, ending up in here is the worst. You can't just jump out. You have to proper go like that and then catch everything and then put them back. Oh jeez. Yeah, don't ever fall in one of these. But what I was going to say was it looks like it's not picking everything up, but while I was gone it picked everything up, so I think we're still okay. We were a bit worried that there weren't going to be enough hoppers to actually empty the... Oh, I've done it again. Oh jeez. Stop falling in, Beardstone. I'm just going to stand very still on the corner instead. When we're over on the platform, we do get squid spawning, as well as, of course, the fish, and we are getting so many bones and fish, it is unbelievable. We're also getting quite a decent amount of ink, which is marvellous. But it's just a very straightforward farm. We literally just have these rails with the hoppers, so everything gets taken out of the hopper minecarts from there, and they are collecting, of course, through the magma, just anything that dies on the top there, and that gets spat into this tube and drops back down into the sorting system. And we have actually converted a couple of the boxes over here for cod. Look how much cod we've got already. That's like in an hour. And we've got salmon, and of course we have our ink as well. But sadly that is all we have time for in today's episode. It has run a lot longer than usual, but it's been a lot of fun. I do, however, want to say a huge thank you to iMan, iFail and Master of None for the epic support on Patreon. That's absolutely wild, and it's thanks to people like you I'm able to make videos like this. So thank you very much for your support. If you have made it to the end of the episode though, I just want to say thank you very much for watching, and I will see you all on the next episode. Bye now.